So welcome back. I'm really excited about having my next guest on. He's never been on with me. I know he's also a host of his own show. I don't know if it's still running now, but we can. I'm going to just introduce him. It's Jim Hitt. He is the founder and CEO of American IRA. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, we're in the self-directed IRA business, which means that a person can invest in non-traditional assets. And I've been in the business for about 11 years. My background is primarily from real estate over the last 40-some years. I made it 40-some this time. And I've been a mortgage broker, real estate broker, had escrow companies in California. So I've got a well-rounded background, which helps when you're dealing with real estate in an IRA and how it's supposed to be titled in the IRA and so forth. So it's a great background, Carol.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you do and how you can help people in terms of, can you help anyone from anywhere?
Yes, we're a national company. We have people in Hawaii, Alaska, and even in Puerto Rico. So we've got accounts all over the country.
Okay. And in terms of what you do, you have a website, which is AmericanIRA.com. You have a lot of information on there. You had told me before you got on the show today that you have these educational CDs and all sorts of things that you offer for people. Well, let's start off from the beginning for anyone that may not know. What is a self-directed IRA?
Well, Carol, the term self-directed IRA is usually assigned to companies that allow you to invest in non-traditional assets, such as real estate, gold, private lending, private companies. But the reality is that all IRA accounts, whether it be with a Fidelity, a Schwab, or other types of securities, a bank, they're all self-directed because you, as the beneficiary of the IRA, are allowed to pick your own investments, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds. So in our particular case, as our industry, the truly self-directed IRA industry, we don't offer any stocks or bonds, but we offer the client the opportunity to invest in other types of assets, such as real estate, private lending, or private companies. So it's truly self-directed. The difference between a securities firm and a firm like ours, American IRA, is that they offer A, products for sale, B, investment advice. We do not offer any products for sale or any investment advice. We act as a passive third-party custodian, meaning we take directions on the investment itself. So we don't call up our clients and say, hey, we've got this great idea for you to buy a house in your IRA. They call us up and say, we found a house, we would like to invest in the IRA. Here's the paperwork to move that process to conclusion.
Now, you offer for everyone that's calling in these educational CDs as well as books on, investing and using a self-directed IRA. We're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to get that. You can check them out on their website. It's AmericanIRA.com. Our phone number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I think getting this information is awesome because you need to learn what they are all about first. Again, it's educational CDs and books on investing using self-directed IRAs. Again, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they have a toll-free number. It's 866-7500 IRA, which is 866-7500 472. Now, do people, when they're working with, is the best thing for them to just go and get the information? Do they do a consultation with you? Do you do those free ones, or what do you do?
Well, it's always a great idea for the client to do the due diligence on opening up a self-directed account. We offer free consultations to people that are interested in getting more information about self-direction and what can be done, what can't be done. And I always recommend, I know in my own personal life, when I'm looking to do anything, I like to talk to as many professionals as possible in order to make sure I'm making the right decision. And what I tell people that I speak to on an ongoing basis is, you don't have to become an expert in any particular subject, but you do have to learn the questions to ask the experts. So that's the part that the first part of the learning curve. And then after that, you're able to hire people or retain people to be able to give you the type of advice you need to make investments in non-traditional assets.
You also had told me that if someone's to sign up with you, that you would waive the fee. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, we charge $50 to set up the account, and that's if you call into our toll-free number and talk to one of our staff members and want to open an account, then we will waive that for you. Just mention Carol's program, that you heard it on Carol's program, and we'll know exactly where it came from, and we'll be happy to waive that fee for you.
That toll-free number is 866-7500-IRA, which is 866-7500-472. And mention that you heard it on Networking Arizona. Also, everyone's getting the educational CDs and books on investing using self-directed IRAs. We're going to give that to everyone, and I'll let you call throughout the rest of the show for it. 602-277-5369, and toll-free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So what's the difference between a Fidelity IRA and American IRA?
Well, as I mentioned, the difference is from a government standpoint, there is no difference. It's regulated by the same rules and regulations that Fidelity is, our American IRA. The difference is what the custodian allows you to invest in. Fidelity only allows you to invest in traded securities and bonds and mutual funds. We allow you to invest in non-traditional assets that are not able to be held by securities firms, for once again, like real estate or private entities.
So what would be the most... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask you, what can they invest in, and what's the most popular investments?
Well, the most popular is real estate. In real estate-related types of products, such as private lending on real estate, so a person would make a loan to somebody that needs financing secured by real estate, or entities that invest in real estate or into real estate type loans. So that makes up about 70% of our industry basis. And the other 30% is comprised of private companies, gold, and a variety of other things like boat docks and leasing of equipment and so forth. So it's a good solid, but real estate is the most popular because It's tangible, it's easy to analyze, it is local where you can drive by your investment. So that's what people feel most comfortable with, I believe.
Well, let me ask you something. Let's say someone does want to rent a house to someone. Can they do it to their son or daughter?
No, the Internal Revenue Service is pretty clear on what you can and can't do. As far as what you can invest in, the Internal Revenue Service does not tell you what you may invest in. It tells you what you cannot invest in, which is, for example, collectibles, wine, antiques. And conversely, the IRS does not tell you that you can invest into real estate, and securities.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. I do want to get this information out. It's a lot. Everyone that's calling in, you are getting his educational CDs as well as books on investing using self-directed IRAs. You can call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. They can help anyone in the country. Their website is AmericanIRA.com, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They will do a free consultation with you. It's all about getting information from someone who really knows, and they're very educated. They've been doing it for a while, and as they will offer you, if you sign up with them and tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona, that free, they're going to waive that setup fee, which is a $50 value. So give them a call. Their number is toll-free, 866-7500-IRA. That's 866-7500-472, or call here also and get this information. It's great to have, and information gives you power. So give us a call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show for them, those educational CDs and the books on investing using self-directed IRAs. We're going to be back in just a minute. Hang tight so we can talk further about some of the things that they can do. Give us a call here at 602-277-5369.
but traded it all.
Welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Jim Hitt. He is the founder and CEO of American IRA. And we have our lines open here, and everyone who's calling in is going to get their educational CDs and books on investing using self-directed IRAs. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100. So, I love having people like you on here so that we can kind of get some, a little bit of information from you and some education on all of this. So can someone borrow from their self-directed IRA?
No, unfortunately, they can't borrow money from their own IRA. For example, my IRA, I couldn't borrow from it, but my IRA could loan you money. My IRA cannot loan my children money, my grandchildren money, my parents' money, or my wife's money. I can loan aunts, uncles, or cousins. I can loan to anybody except my linear family, up and down, the up and down line.
So go ahead.
It's really not that difficult to find people to work with. You just can't work with people that are called disqualified people, which I described.
Well, I do feel that, though, it's important for people to do a consultation with you so that they can find out what they can and cannot do.
Well, I do too, and it's a great opportunity to pick up the phone, spend 15 or 20 minutes on the phone, and have the opportunity to talk to a professional that understands the ins and outs of the IRA investing business with self-direction. I would highly recommend it.
They can help anyone in the country. That's nationwide.
In the country, absolutely.
And it's A+ rated with
it's called American IRA.
Okay, and that's right. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their website is AmericanIRA.com. You can also call them toll free, which is 866-7500-IRA. That's 866-7500-472. Tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona, and they're going to waive that $50 setup fee. Also, you can call in here throughout the rest of the show for the educational CDs and books, 602-277-5369. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about solo Ks. What about those?
Well, solo K, the previous question was, can you borrow from your IRA, your self-directed IRA? And the answer, of course, is no. Now, with a solo K is what I like to call a self-directed IRA on steroids. I'm going to cover the types of accounts that you can use for self-direction. You can use a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, a SEP IRA, which is a business plan, a simple IRA, which is a business plan. You can also use an inherited IRA, a spousal IRA. Inherited IRA is somebody dies and gives you their IRA. A spousal IRA is for the spouse that does not work outside of the home. They can still have an account based on the income of their working spouse. Also, a Coverdell education account and an HSA, a health savings account. These are all accounts that can be self-directed. And then none of those are plans that you can borrow from. Now, with a solo K, it came into play a few years back. The Internal Revenue Service wanted people like, let's say, the independent contractor that works for a medical company and they're 1099. Well, that independent contractor doesn't have a retirement plan, and they set up the solo K specifically for that. The solo K is designed for people that don't have the employees. If they have employees, they work 1,000 hours a year or less. It can be a spouse as a partner or a partner that participates in the solo K also. And the solo K allows you to invest in real estate and allows you to invest all the assets that we already talked about, but it has a couple of very, very interesting features. Number one, if you're over 60, collectively, if you make enough money, you can put away $59,000 per year.
And that's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is.
It's actually $59,500. Now, the part that is really exciting is that we all know that if you spend any time listening to financial reports or reading anything, that a Roth IRA is a tax-free vehicle, meaning that it's never taxed. Money goes in after tax. It comes out with all of its profit after 59.5, and the account's been established for 5 years, no taxes. Well, the maximum you can put away is the $5,500 if you're under 50 or $6,500 if you're over 50. providing you don't make too much money. Now, with the solo K, you can put away $17,500 into a Roth component of the 401k. And if you're over 50, you can put another $55,000 away. So $23,000 can be put away in a Roth component on the first $23,000 you earn. Then, and there's no income limits. You can make as much money as you want to and still make that contribution. And then in addition to that, you can still put away 20% for conversation purposes on what the traditional side. So let me give you an example of how that works. If you make $50,000 bottom line and you're self-employed, and you're under 50, you can put away $17,500 to the Roth side, and then you can put an additional $10,000 away for the tax deductible side. So you put $27,500 away on a $50,000 income. That is the best you can do on any type of plan. You can't do that with a SEP or a simple. It's a fabulous program. And then the really neat part is you do have access tax-free to some of that money. You can borrow $50,000 or 50% of the account balance, whichever is less, as long as you pay it back within 5 years, equal payments, minimum 4.25% interest, and that you can use that money for any reason you want to. Children's education, you can go take a trip, you can buy a Ferrari. It does not matter because it's not money that is in your retirement plan. It's money that is used like any other borrowed fund. So the solo K is something I would highly recommend that the audience call and talk to us about if they think they might be qualified to have this, because it's a phenomenal tool. Put a lot of money away, borrow from it, Roth component. It's just a wonderful vehicle for wealth growth.
It sounds phenomenal, but this is why you need to have that consultation. They will do that free for you. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their toll-free number is 866-7500-IRA. That's 866-7500-472. Tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona. They're going to waive that if you decide to set up an account with them. They'll waive that $50 charge. Just tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona. Get that information. You can also call in here and get their educational CDs and books on investing using self-directed IRAs. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. So how does the American IRA do what do they do as an administrator?
Well, we are what's called a passive third-party administrator. Meaning we don't make any, we don't do due diligence. That's the client's responsibility. Nor do we make any comments on what they're investing in. Our job is to make sure that the investment is correctly booked into the IRA with the appropriate documents for the investment. For example, real estate. You need to have the real estate deed. You need a closing statement, title insurance, fire insurance, the stuff that you would expect to get making an investment anywhere else.
So, go ahead.
So the account has all the documentation in it in case something is needed later on that you would be expecting to have from doing a real estate closing. So it's really our job is just to make sure that the documents are properly booked in.
Well, one last question real quickly before we have to go. How long to transfer or roll over from their employer's 401k?
The accounts with us are set up within about 48 hours, providing we have all the documents signed correctly and with a copy of the ID. The rollover period is really is based on the existing provider. We tell people to prepare for a couple of weeks to get the money moved from a 401k plan or another IRA provider. And sometimes faster, sometimes a little bit longer. But if the client participates in it and makes a few phone calls, they can usually get it done in 2 weeks or less.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's a lot of different opportunities for them. The solo case sounds phenomenal for people to get the information. What are some of your final last words?
Well, I've been in this business for a very long time, and when you combine the opportunity to grow your wealth tax-free over a long period of time, and you can use that tool, whether it's securities or whether it's real estate, it doesn't really matter. It's a phenomenal tool. So I tell people that you can't do any better than growing stuff tax-free. Now, this is based on current laws. So why not take advantage of it to whatever extent that you can? So that's my parting words. Just utilize all the tools you have available to grow your wealth and have a successful retirement.
Their website is AmericanIRA.com. They're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. They will do a free consultation with you. Tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona. And if you sign up with them, they're going to waive that $50 fee. Their toll-free number is 866-7500 IRA, which is 866-7500-472. Tell them that you heard it on Networking Arizona, and I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show to get their educational CDs and books on investing using self-directed IRAs. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's AmericanIRA.com.